Dr. Brandy Brooks, and this issue, I'm so glad you're amplifying it today because it's personal for me. My family, when I was in elementary school, we became homeless after our house burned down. Now as a professional, I am the deputy director at Higher Ground, and some of the work we do is around educational outcomes as well as providing search, placement, and stability for homeless students. And we also provide wraparound services with respect to mental health and behavioral health. But with respect to housing, my question for Joe is, again, we do this work in partnership, as you know, Joe, with BHA, with BPS, with Project Hope, with DSNI, and others. But my question is, would CDCs like yours or others, would they support increasing 10% set aside for affordable units for homeless families with children attending Boston Public Schools? And if so, at what level?
Well, thanks for the question, and I think it's really important to talk about the connection between housing security, housing stability, and educational outcomes, because we know that children who are losing their home, moving from place to place, do not do as well in school. And certainly children who are homeless are going to have a hard time excelling in school. So this is a conversation that's been happening for a while about what percentage is the right percentage to put into an affordable housing development of families that have experienced homelessness. Many of those families need services to support them, to help them navigate social networks and so forth. And CDC's, my members are organizations that build affordable housing, but we are not social service agencies that are always well trained and skilled to provide those services and provide those supports. So we need partners and we need ongoing funding to pay for that. So I think with those caveats, I think our members are very interested in serving that population, whether at 10%, 20%, it might vary on the property and it might vary on the organization and their ability to serve that population well. But as you know, for affordable housing, even with subsidies to serve that population, we need ongoing operating dollars, rental vouchers. We need those support services. So, I think that we need to make sure that every child has a stable home so they can succeed in school, and we are not achieving that right now. Ellen, did you want to weigh in?
Yeah, is there a second for me to do
Absolutely.
that? I wanted to say this, thank you so much for raising this question. In Somerville, that's one of the very issues that we are trying to look at is how do we make sure our kids stay in our schools and in their communities. And we are about to, hopefully, we're on the brink of launching something called the Municipal Voucher Program, where the city will have vouchers available for people that aren't eligible for federal programs with a top priority for people with kids in the public schools. So you really need the creativity of municipalities, the state, and the federal government to be saying, how do we make sure that our kids are not falling behind educationally? So it's for every sector to really be creative to make sure that this is something that they're thinking about, especially as household size decreases, as Joe pointed out, and people are getting forced further and further out of our urban cores where jobs are available and quality education is available. So I'm really glad it's tough. Anytime you give a priority to one group, you're taking it away from somebody else. And I see all the different kinds of people in my office, all of whom, in many ways, I could say need priority, right? But I do think that we have to focus on our children, and it's really important that we're looking at that. That is a policy issue in housing.
All right, thank you so much.
Brandy, thank you.